What is up, guys? Welcome back to our channel, episode 15 on our TL Type S build project. On the last episode, Brian did the complete repair on both front and the rear bumper, and he primed everything right after that. On this episode, Brian's going to take both those bumpers right into the paint booth here and get those ready to be completely repainted. Without further ado, let's get with Brian.
Now, before we bring these into the booth, they're gonna need a little bit of work. Yes, in the last video you saw we primed them, but you just can't paint over primer. See, the primer actually fills little voids, chips, little debris, and from there we're gonna sand it smooth to get it ready for paint. So in the next few scenes, you're gonna see us using 400, 600 grit, a gray scuff pad, and some scuff stuff, which is a soapy substance to clean the bumpers and scuff at the same time. Then we're gonna take them in the booth. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the painting process to match them to the original finish of a 2007 Acura TLS. Alright, so we got our sealer all ready to go. Our sealer is going to help tie up the loose ends, like our bare plastic. It's going to give us a nice uniform finish and fill in any micro sanding scratches that we might have missed. But I think we're pretty good because we got an amazing team here. So we'll put the sealer on, and then we're going to go ahead and show you how we match the color. All right, so that sealer went down super nice. Check that out. Now we're ready to spray that base coat that we just discussed how we matched it. All right, so now the bumpers are ready for the color. This is the most important part of the whole entire process of the painting, because the color we choose now is going to be the color we're going to use throughout the whole entire painting process. Now, a lot of you guys might think you just type in the color code and bam, you automatically got the color. Well, that's not true. There's so many different variants and shades of the color. It depends on what the paint was being used at the manufacturer and different options, different things like what the company was and where the bumpers were painted, and there's so many different elements that go into it. But we are going to match the color of this car, and I'm going to show you how we do it here at Acura Parent Pines. Alright, so we're over here at the computer, and this computer will send a message over to our mixing bank and tell it what color. But we need to find the color first. We have all these color chips that go according to the color code. And as you can see, there's a lot of different variants in them. Well, we're in a day and age where we can use technology to help us. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to take our camera and we are going to use our camera to select the best color code. Let me show you what we're up against. When I type into the computer NH700M, we have all of these color codes right here. There are darker, lighter, redder, greener, and those are all the variants of it. Also, we need to take into consideration the flake size, because that can really change a color. Sometimes the metallic flake can be coarse, sometimes fine, and those are all different elements that will show you and determine a good paint job from a bad paint job. Now this is our fancy camera that comes with our stick-in system. It's a very pricey camera, but it does the job and it can really help out. But before we can use it, we're gonna go ahead and we need to actually buff the surface of the car. That way we're taking a true reading of the color and not any debris that has built up on top of the vehicle in the years that it's been outside. Surface is buffed. Now this is actually going to take a picture of the actual paint. It's going to measure the coarseness, the metallic flake, the color, and what we're going to do is we're first going to put in our paint code into the actual camera here. So what this is going to do is it's going to select the best paint code out of all of the variants that we have. So we're going to go ahead and measure the paint right now. So what I'll do is I'll click on our color code. You can see the 3 dots right here. We're going to press them on the actual car, and you can see it turns from red to green. Once we have all green, we hit the button and we go ahead and press, and it will make a little beeping sound. Then it's gonna ask us to rotate it. We'll rotate it once again, all green lights. We'll hit it again, and we have our picture. Now, we'll take this camera, let's go back over to our computer, plug it in, and let's see what it gives us. All right, so back here at the computer, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to measurements, which is right over here. And once we click on measurements, we're gonna synchronize our camera to our PC right over here. So once we synchronize it, right now it's taking the reading from the camera and it's loading it into the actual computer right now. We see ours right here, TL. We're loading it up. It has found our color, Alabaster Silver NH700. Now, if we take a look at these 2 lines right here, if the bar measures and goes in between these 2 lines, that shows us we have a good color match. We also have all of these other color matches that are good, but not as good, okay? As you can see, the one with the trophy right here indicates it is the best. So we're gonna take this one right here, we're gonna double click it, and we're gonna go ahead and mix it up right here. You can see on the side here is our actual toners, and that's going to tell us how many drops go into each one of the actual mixes. So let's go ahead and get that mixed up, and I'll show you what we got once we get it mixed up. All right, so we got our paint already mixed up right here. I'll take a look at it. 1 second. All right, and that is the color that it gave us, Alabaster Satin Silver. And I'll show you on a wood stick. All right, and that's the color right there that the computer gave us. Now, we cannot just take a wood stick and hold it up to the car and do our color match like that. We have to actually do our homework. We're about to paint 2 bumpers that we spent a lot of time on, and we don't want to put the wrong color. How do we do our homework? Well, we already did it. What we did is we did a spray out, and what a spray out is a tin card, and we put the actual color that it gave us, and then we clear coat it. It's very important that you'll have the same process on this card that you're going to use on the actual vehicle. So let's take this card, let's go over to the vehicle, and let's see if we got a good match. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. We're looking at a blendable match, a good color. No color will ever be perfect, but we want a color that is close as we can get. Now this is the 3M Sun Gun. This emulates the sun's rays, and it's gonna show you what it looks like outside. We hold it up to our panel. We wanna hold it as perpendicular as possible, as if this was the bumper. So if we're holding it here, and we put our light on, we can really tell that that is a fantastic match. I am more than happy to put this on our Acura Honda Classic TL. A lot of colors, right? Well, this is the only color that matters right now. We're about to get suited up, about to go into that paint booth, and we're gonna lay down some nice alabaster silver. All right, guys, so you saw the base went down. Now, obviously the base is just a pigment color. It has no protection, it has no gloss. This is my personal favorite time, spraying some clear coat. So we have our clear coat, and then we have our hardener. This will never harden without a hardener. This mixes 2 to 1, and we already went ahead and we mixed it, and it's ready to go. Now, when we spray this, you only need 2 coats of clear coat. That's what the technical data sheet says, and that's how most of all clear coats are now. The days of 10 clear coats layers are over. It's just 2. It's a high solids clear coat, and boy, when you're finished seeing me paint and we take a look, you're gonna be super impressed. So let me suit up once again. Let me spray some clear, and let's check it out.
While the front and the rear bumper came out really nice, Brian.
So happy. I went and took it outside and popped by the car. Great color match. But that's not it yet. You know, the next episode, we're gonna start to do the modification process. We got the rear lip here. We're able to find, but it needs a little bit of work. So we're gonna go over repairing it, and then we got the black trim that needs paint as well. Side skirts, all those tabs, well, most of those tabs are broken. So we're gonna do some hot stapling. And then the front lip is the easiest. It's brand new, so we're gonna scuff it and paint it. And then we're gonna get to install that front lip on that bumper coming up in many other episodes. So I'm really pumped.
You guys don't want to miss it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you guys on the next one.
See you guys.